what's up? It's time for a Holy Roller Challenge. I'm gonna roll out one of the strategies that I use while I'm playing craps on a cruise in order to win a free cruise. When you do that, you need to stay at the table. It's all about time at the table and average bets. So you need a winning strategy and you need to be able to stay there for a while. And this strategy comes from a guy named Crappy the Craps Man. He doesn't have a name for it, but shout out to Jeremy over at Color Up Club because he actually rolled out this strategy as well, and it's called the All Day. I'll call it the All Day, but I modified it just a little bit, Holy Roller style, and so I'm gonna roll that out. I'm gonna start with $500, see where I end up at the end, and why don't you roll along and play along and see where you end up. You don't have to do this strategy, do your own strategy and see where you end up, and I'm gonna do it right now. Here we go, and I'll put the links for both of those videos in the... Welcome to the Holy Roller. If you're a craps and or cruising enthusiast, then you're in the right place. Today I'm going to show you more about the game of craps on a cruise so we can play in such a way to potentially increase our bankrolls and get that offer for a complimentary stateroom for two on our next cruise. Yes, a free cruise offer. Remember, holy means different, distinct, and devoted, and that's how we roll. So let's get rolling. All right, what's up everybody? We are gonna roll out that strategy right now with the modification. All right, so you may have remembered, if you haven't seen it, you pretty much put a don't pass, number rolls. Once the point is established, you play a $25 come and say a 5 rolls, then it goes there. You put another one and say a 10 rolls, and then it goes over there. And then you would play your last 25 in the DC don't come, and then say a 6 rolls, and then it would move there. And then if a 7 rolls now, it would be a wash, but you're hoping for a 5 and a 10 to roll so that you could win some money, and you kind of just use 4 units. Now, I don't use just 4 units, I set it up, but when I set it up, I start with $50 on the don't, and I only set up 2 comes, and then if the point gets hit, then I will come back through the DC on the next time around. So let's just try it and see what happens. That's the modification that I made, Holy Roller style there. And so let's just get it and see what happens. And so we need to get past this. We want no 7, no 11. A 2 or a 3 would be great, but let's see what happens. It's a 6. It's a 6, a hard 6. And so the point becomes 6. And with the point being 6, now we're going to just go like that. And we're going to roll it and see what happens. And so we want no 6. There's a 12, midnight, and that means this loses. And so what we're going to do is we're going to keep any money that we lose. We're going to just put in this rack here. And so hopefully we can see it kind of fluctuate and maybe even pull from over there when we're above our money. All right, so here we go. Let's go back. And let's get an 11. Why not? That's one less. Or 7. 7 works for us too. Because when the 7 comes, puck goes off, but we actually win. So we win this 25, and yes, I have to go out of the rack area and get another 50. So we'll go back to where we were, and we'll put our earnings in the other side of this. So here's our original bet, and then our losses will be over here. And so that's a 0.7 out, so we're going to pick from and select from some other dice. We're going to use our winnings. We're going to come back on the don't, and then see what happens. Now, some of the strategies like that you've seen with this, and you've probably seen Crappy roll it out, you've seen Jeremy at Color Up roll it out, and it kind of fluctuates up and down, up and down. Same thing happens with this. The difference is you can get set pretty quick because all you need is two numbers on the come to be set in this area. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get past the come out. And we did with a 5. We did with a 5, so a 4, 1, 5. So the point becomes a 5, and now we're going to go reach into our rack for a $25 coming, and let's see what happens. That is a 7. It was off, but man, that happened. And 7s are great at this moment, but sometimes they don't work out that great, but right now it's working out for us. So let's see, and let's just put that there, and now we have a 75 and plus the 50 here. This comes off, and we're going to go ahead and select some new dice, and let's get those 3s, and let's go ahead and see if we can get past the come out roll. There we go.
and it is a 6, and we got past it. And this is because that's a bigger risk, having $50 at risk rather than 25. And so we're on a 6, and so now we're gonna use some of our earnings here to play. So we're playing with earnings right now, and that's dice off the table. We're just gonna grab another dice, and here we go. Let's see what happens. There is a 10, a 6, 4, 10. So this will move to the 10, and then we're gonna set this up here. And now we're gonna see what happens. How about a back-to-back 10 would be great. Okay, there's a 9 and a 10, right? So now we want a 9 or a 10 to roll. Just keep rolling. A 9 and a 10 would be great. There's a 3, craps 3, shocker. Doesn't happen, doesn't do anything for us there. And there's the 7. There's the 7. And so what happened was we would be right here, and this is kind of a wash for us. But we're still in profit area, profit zone. And so we're going to select more dice. We'll just select out of these 4, being that I lost the other one and it's way under the table. So let's go for our $50 don't pass, and let's get past this come out roll. No 7, no 11. And it was scary even saying it, by the way. And a 6 happened. All right, and so now we're going to go into the come area. And $25 coming. Let's see what we roll here. And it's a 4, a 3, 1, 4. And so this will move to the 4. We're still working with our profit here. And so let's go here and let's roll it again. See what happens. And there is a 4, off and on with the 4 and the hard 4. So then that's another 25. They call that off and on instead of doing all the movement. So there's off and on. So here we go. More money in our rack there. And let's roll and see what happens. And that is a 7, 7 out. A 4, 3, 7 out. All right. This one wins right here, and that wins there. We're going to go ahead and leave this here, and then we'll be up right here, and we'll go off. And that was a 7 out. So we're going to pick from another shooter, and here we go. See if we can get past that come out roll. And did we? Yes, we did. We did with a 9, a 5, 4, 9. And so 9's the point. And now we're going to be right here. $25 coming. And let's roll it and see what happens. And it's a 9. It's a 9. All right, here's the scenario where I would have only lost 25 on a point. But I like to have only one number that's a no roll instead of setting up 2 numbers that's a no roll. That's just me. But this moves to the 9. This goes off. Take the don'ts, pay the line. And so we're here. Now, because that was a point hit, instead of going back, like if I hit a 7-11 on the come out, I would replace that. On a hit, I'm not going to replace it, and I'm going to go through the DC. That's the big modification. The other one is that it's $50 instead of 25 at a time. So now we have 25 at risk. We're hoping for a come out on the 9. Let's see what happens. And so coming out, and it's a 6. And so we're coming out on the 6. And so right now we have this here. We're going to go ahead and go one more. Then we're going to set the DC. All right, here we go. So this is almost like the other one. It's just we're going with, oh, there it goes. There it goes, 7. It's almost like the other one, except for we're doing it a little bit different with the $50 on the don't pass or don't come. All right, so this one loses, this one wins. So we kind of broke even there, except for that 50 that we lost, of course. You won't let me forget that, and I won't forget it. All right, so here we go. Let's pick, and let's get up. Let's get up on the don't pass, and see if we can get past that first come out with a hard 8. Why not? Hard 8, and there is the hard 8. So the point becomes 8, and now we're still operating in profit zone, profit land. So hopefully we'll just continue that, except for right when that happened. Okay, this goes, and it's over here, and so we're gonna still come back with it. Come back. All right, didn't do nothing for us except lose us $25 on that one, and there's a 7. All right, so now we earn that one back. So let's go ahead. We earn it there, and we earn it there. So let's just leave it there, and we'll have this. So that's 150 that we're at right now, and that's a 7 out. And so let's get this, and let's pick again from the die, and let's see if we can get past the come out roll. And there it is with a 10. 10, hard 10 becomes the point. And so we're on a hard 10, and now let's go ahead and get that 25 coming, and let's roll and see what happens with that. How about a 6? A 6, and now this travels to the 6. And let's get another one coming, and then we'll be all set. All set. This is a good time if it was going to come. But there's a 5. And, you know, I was talking about that big red number that nobody likes to say when the puck is on. And so there's set. We're set, and we want a 5 or a 6. Let's roll a 5 and a 6. Why not? 5 and a 6. 9 is getting a little bit close to that number right there. Let's just stick with the 5 and 6 shooter. Huh? How about it? Oh, there's the 7. And the 7 came. And so we lose this, and then we get paid here. So that was kind of a break-even round. And so let's go ahead and pick from another shooter. And man, a dice off the table. I only get to pick from 4. I should just take some time to grab that. But let's go ahead and shoot and see if we get past that come out. There it is with a 6, a 4, 2, 6. And we're going to go ahead and go on the 6. And now let's roll from $25 coming and see what happens there. And it's a 7. It's a 7. And a lot of times I find, and this is why I modified it, I found that it takes a while to get set up. While you're trying to set up, something happens. And so if something's going to happen in the middle of setting up, why not let it happen in this scenario? And so even though I lose more sometimes, I think on some rolls, I think I win more on some rolls as well. And so now, that was 75. So there's 200 right there. And so we're just going to hold that like that. We're going to go right there, and we're off, and we're going to select. And I'm going to go ahead and reach under and get that die. So I could choose. I want to choose from 5. This has to be real. I can't do this. I want to do this real, you know? All right. So there's that. All right, let's see what we could do. Let's see if we could get out past the, no, I knew it. I was just having a hard time even saying it because I just had this feeling. I just had this gut feeling, and I didn't know what to do. All right, remember, if a 7 comes out or a 7 or 11 right here, we're coming up. We're just coming up. Stick with it, all right? Here we go. If they hit a point, then we'll go the other way. And look at that, dice off the table. It's like the dice just want to run. They just want to run. All right, let's get past the come out roll and see what happens. No, can't get past it. Dice off the table, 7 comes. Well, I should have known. There's so many there's I'm not superstitious, I'm just a little stitious, and I don't like to think of superstition. I like to think of craps etiquette and probabilities. And whenever you see the dice go off the table, there's a high probability that number 7 is coming. In fact, every roll there's a high probability that number's coming. All right, here we go. We're back up, and this number, and everybody on the pass line, they're happy because that was like, what? They're just raking it in. They're just raking it in. There is a 5, 1, 6, and so let's get on the come for 25, and let's roll it and see what happens. All right, there is a 5, 5. So this travels to the 5. All right, we're still in profit mode, still playing with the casino's money, if you like to think of it like that. There's a 9, a 6, 3, 9. And so as long as I'm here just kind of hovering and playing like this and betting this much and still playing with the casino's money and earning points towards a free cruise, I'm happy. I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. You know, you hear about some people, there's the 7. It came quick. Wow. Slowed down the game, I guess. All right, we lose this and we win it right there, so we're back where we started. Maybe, kind of, but without those 7s, those come out 7s. So a lot of times people say, "Man, you win a cruise, and how much did you have to lose?" And so sometimes it's not about this. It's kind of a running joke. It's like it's not that I won a cruise. It's that I prepaid for a next cruise because of all the money I lost. And so one thing that I do is I make sure whatever the cost of the cruise is that I'm on, say it costs $1,600, I'm not going to bring more than a $1,600 bankroll. So then if I lose it all, I just prepaid for the next cruise, you know, and like we're even, you know. But there's some people that maybe they lose $10,000 and then at the end they're like, I want a free cruise. And I'm like, no, you actually paid $10,000 for a $2,000 cruise. All right, so there is the 3, so that means we win right there. So that's good, it came. And so that kind of brought us back from those 7s before. Oh, I shouldn't have said the word. Oh no. Remember, not superstitious, just a little stitious. All right, but there's an 8. An 8 came. And so the point is 8. And so I think it's very important to have bankroll management, but also not only bankroll management, but making sure, there's a 6, making sure that you don't lose, like don't bring as much money as a cruise would cost. And if you lose it all and get a free cruise, you prepaid for it and it's good, you know. And hopefully you'll get back your money on your next cruise. So as you can see right now in this scenario, we're just kind of hovering, staying alive with the casino's money, playing and earning points for a free cruise, and that's the way it works. And so that, man, I wish that happened last time when it was right here. I would have won on an 11. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Oh, there's a 12. Wow. If you ever watched one of my other videos, running with the bulls, that was running with the bulls style. I should have been running with the bulls there, because you ever see a horn, bet a horn. That's what it is. And so there, that wins. So let's go ahead and rack that, and let's get a 6. Why not? Why not? There's a 12. And so yeah. So running with the bulls, and so say we're right here. So say we're doing this strategy, and we want to do running with the bulls style. So I'm gonna do here, but now I'm gonna do running with the bulls style because we see a horn. I'm gonna bet equal amount in the field and a horn high yo, and see what happens on this next roll. This is kind of getting, okay, there's an 8, an 8, and it's a mockery of my running with the bulls because I just got the horns to the rear end, if you know what I mean. All right, here we go. So there's that, and there is all set. Let's go. Let's get coming out. Oh, sorry, that was an 8, winner 8, so I lost this right here. So because it's a winner, I'm not going to go back up. I'm going to go through the DC on the next roll. So let's come out on a 6 and 8 would be great. And there's a 9, 1 dot too many on what I wanted. But now we'll take the 50, go through the don't come to set it up. So now it doesn't matter if they hit that 9 or not. Let's see what happens with this roll. Getting past it, and it's a 4. That's a good no 4, and let it travel behind there. All right, so now we want a 6 and 8. This is kind of like a great scenario right here. If we can hit, yes, the 6, that would be great. And it was, because we hit the 6. And now let's just put it in our rack. And we're still working on casino's money, so that's good. Oh, there. I spoke too soon. Hey, you want to do that running with the bull style and see what happens? All right, we got $50 here. Let's do it. And let's break into our, there we go. We're going to set up one of those. Let's do it. Do it. Running with the bulls. When you see a horn, there's see a horn, bet a horn, but there's also see a horn, bet a field. What we're doing is we're seeing a horn, and then we're betting both field and horn high yo. Or you could do a whole horn. I like horn high yo. So a yo would be great right now, and that's off the table, and it's a 4. So, wow. All right, so there's the 4 that rolled. This moves to the 4. We lose down on the 4. This equals the 4, and let's just take this and go right over there. And I always say, always want to bet twice when you're running with the bulls because there's 2 horns, and sometimes a number comes in between it. But let's see what happens. And yep, I was right. Man, it always happens. So there's another horn, and there we lose that. All right, so now we're breaking in to our, we're breaking in. Let's set it up again and see what happens. Let it be a 2-3 if it's going to be a horn. If not, it's an 8. All right, there's an 8, and so it'll be going behind the 8, and we'll pay the 8. So we'll pay the 8 there. That'll go into our rack. So we're working off of our own money now. So let's get a 4. How about it? There's a 5. There's a 5. So we need a 4 or a 5. with no 8, and the 9 doesn't matter. All right, but let's get a 4 or 5. There's the 8. I said no 8. This dice just don't listen. All right, so now what would you do in this scenario? Would you go back up? In the original one, you don't use more than 4 units in the original strategy. And so I usually won't. I'll just wait for a 4 or 5 or come what may, you know. But let's see, 4 or 5. Why not? There's a 9. All right, so there's the point. And so now it kind of starts over. And so now I decide, do I want a 4 and 5? And so I've already lost. And then it's back up on the 9. I've already lost. And so do I want to keep feeding this shooter, this rolling a lot and rolling numbers back to back and all that? There's a 7. And that's how it happens usually. If you're going to lose, you know, I mean, you just start popping them off one at a time. You got to stop feeding it because eventually that's what will happen. All right. So now we're into our money. Let's go like this. And let's pick from the dice again. And, you know, I think maybe running with the bulls is the only way we're going to get out of here, get out of this. And so let's see if that happens with this scenario. And I'll do it. I will. I'll do it. I'll throw $50 at a horn if it's going to be back to back. All right, here we go. There's a 10, 6, 4, 10. So this travels to the 10. And now we're going to put another coming. Some people say, hey, Brian, you should have left when you were up. You should have stopped when you were up. And so we really don't do that like at the casino and that's a 5. That goes to the 5. So we're all set up. In the casino on the ship, we want to stay as long as possible. And so when we dice off the table, same dice requested. And when we go to the table, we're playing and planning on, we want to keep this, but if we lose this, it's all part of paying for the next cruise, if you know what I mean, prepaying. But I rarely has that happened. I haven't prepaid yet, and so keep your fingers crossed on that one, or I should say, keep me in your thoughts and prayers. All right, so there's a 9, does nothing for us. All right, here we go. Get that 5 or 10. All right, there's a 6, and that's a 0.6. All right, and that is there, and we lose this. And so being that we lost that, we're not going to come back up here. We're going to go through the DC after this roll. Let's hope for it come out 5 or 10, and it is an 8. Come out on the 8, so the point is 8. And so let's roll this again. Oh, let's go through the don't DC. I mean the don't come, and let's get a number established. There's an 8. All right, so it's a 0.8. If we would have went back there, we would have lost that again. Now the point comes off. This goes to an 8. And now, if we want a total reset, let's just do it. Come out 7 will be nice right now. And there you go. All right, that's good. Because this is a total reset. Here we go. Goes to the don't, comes to us. And we're back where we started. Well, not right where we started, but let's go back up. And let's see what happens for the next shooter. That would be great to roll that right now. 2 or 3 would be great. Yeah. 4, not bad. Not bad on the 4. So the point becomes 4. Let's get a... And I think sometimes when you do this, sometimes, you know, people get desperate. There's a 9. People get desperate when they're down and they want to like either change strategies or they want to, you know, put 50 here, you know, and start trying to win it bigger, you know. But when that happens, you'd lose it bigger. You'd lose it bigger if you tried to win it bigger a lot of times. And I started putting all the losses on the side. I forgot to keep track of the losses here. So we'll just count it up at the end here. And let's go back up. All right. Well, you know, a yo would be great. I thought this in my mind. but yeah, it helps us out a little bit. So this loses here and this pays here. So this is where we're at. And so let's get that going. And let's pick from the die. And let's get another shooter to come out and miss the 7 and 11. All right. I said it. All right, here we go. There's an 8. All right, and so now let's get coming. So we need some repeaters. Not repeating the numbers when we don't need them, but repeat them when we need them. And so there's a 4. So let's get another one coming. And here we go. And let's see what that is. Of course, it would be. And here we go again, right? Here we go again. Just making our money back a little bit at a time. And so we're still down. Let's see. We're still down $25 overall. But you could see, kind of comes and goes. And here we go. Let's see. Let's get past the come out there. And it's a hard 10. Hard 10. I don't know if I selected more dice on that one, but that was a hard 10. And I put this in there because we're 25 down. So now we know where we're at. All right, so let's go ahead. Put that there. See what comes to us. And it's the 4, the other side of the 10. And I always say that because like the other side of the 4 is the 10. And that always happens, you know. So sometimes when the point comes, I'll bet on the opposite side. This is what's called sisters. Bet on the sisters. The 5 and the 9 is the same way, you know, same way on the 5 and 9. All right, let's get another one coming. Let's see what happens with this roll. Yeah, it happened. All right, so it's happening quite a bit. And so we got this here, we got this here. And this is a great strategy to play if there's a bunch of 7 outs a lot, like point 7 out and all that. Great strategy, you know, great strategy. All right, even though we don't want a yo, I'm picking that yo right there. All right, so we're $25 up right now. So as you can see, it fluctuates, and there is a 9, a 6, 3, 9. All right, so here we go. And we got the 9, and let's go ahead and go. And you can see this strategy, it kind of just fluctuates. You just got to stick with it. There's an 8, hard 8. So this travels to the 8. And it fluctuates up and down. And I could probably, dice off the table and too far to run and get it. So I'm just going to pick another one. All right, so here we go. And it would be a 2 when I lose this. Let's go back up. Let's go back up. All right. So, yeah, we would be, there's an 8. So off and on with the 8. And we'll just put that in our rack. And so, yeah, we could just be here all night. There's a 6, 4, 2, 6. So we could just be here all night, fluctuating up and down. And with that, there's the 7. So we kind of break even on the shooter. Puck goes off. This pays here. So we are still $25 up. Let's pick from 4 dice because 1 went off the table. Let's roll that number right now. That would be great. How about it? And no, not that one. Not that one. So that one loses. And I'm going to put it right there because we're down 25. All right. And then we're going to go back up. All right, here we go. How about a 2 or 3? Why not? Oh, not a 7. Not a 7. All right, so again, you can see we're repeating the pattern. And because we're repeating the pattern, it's all this is, everything you just saw is just going to repeat itself. We're going to go up and down and up and down. The dice are going to fly off the table, which just happened. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. One more. We only have one more die to choose from. All right, there's a 9. There's a 9. So the point is 9. And so you could just play this like Jeremy from Color Up said, all day, all day. And so it's a great strategy to play, and it fluctuates up and down, and it just happens where it's, oh my goodness, happens where it just fluctuates up and down. I started throwing them off the side again. I don't know where we're at as far as our wins and losses, but let's get a 7 or 11 right here. How about it? Oh man, not a 9. This is the worst. Of course, this travels to the 9. Puck goes off. We lose this, and you can see that we're, after that, do we go back? No, we're not going to go back. We're just going to let them come out with another one. Then we're going to come out in the DC. Man, see, we should have, because there's that 3. We should have. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. And there's a 3, and there's another 3. There went $100 that we could have had if we were on And so don't chase it. Just stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. There's the 9. There's the 9. So we got 25 back, so that's good. All right, so there's that. This goes to the 9. We're gonna put this and 25 more in the DC. And let's. Oh, sorry. You never play both of these. Let's get 2 of them set first. Sorry, my bad. All right, let's go. Let's get it. And it is a 2. It would be. It would be. See how the dice just mock you sometimes, because when we were here we would have won. If we would have went there instead of here, we would have won. Oh my goodness, we lost. All right, let's get it set up. Let's get it set up. How about 11? Yo, there we go. 11. Yo, happened. And it needs to happen because we're almost out of money here. Not really, but oh, sorry. That goes in this side. This goes in this side. All right. Here we go. Let's roll a couple 11s for a while or something like that. Or an 8. Yeah, why not? Just keep it going like that. And that's an off and on there. So this goes in there. 11 or 8 would be great. Let's just keep those going. And there's a 7. There's a 7. That kind of breaks us even. At least we lose this and we win here. Not broken even totally. Let's see where we're at here. Yeah, there we are. We're $100 down. $100 down right now. And again, this would just flow back and forth over and over for a long time. Get a lot of points, win a free cruise. And so hopefully if you use this strategy on a cruise, then you can win a cruise and we could be at the craps table rolling together.
Wait, before you go, one more thing. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and become a holy roller with me so I can see you cruising and rolling at a craps table soon. Oh, hey, and check this video out for more tips and tricks on how you can get that offer for a free cruise. Thanks for watching.